Chop, chop, chop it up. It's the rock boss bully, SiegelCapone. We back. And today's motivation, we getting right to it. I kind of touched on it. Stand still until God tells you to move. Sometimes he puts you on your back so you can look up. Sometimes he allows you into these dark places so he can be the only light. Sometimes we put ourselves in these dark places and all we can do is run for the light in order to survive. God is the beginning and the end, and what you put in the middle is up to you on how difficult or easy that task can be. Because we all called to do a work. We all blessed with gifts and things for a reason. So let's only move when God tells us to. Let's open our minds and our hearts to the people that God tells us to do it for. Not our own lustful fleshly desires or because of how convenient being with this person can be. Let's get to know each other on a real status and allow God to open us up to see him in each other, because only then are we equally yoked and prepared to go to work together for God. A relationship, a marriage should only take place when God is in the midst of it and we both in the midst and willing to submit and obey the orders of the relationship, and while we together to do the work that he put in front of us. But before I take y'all out, we're gonna share some passages today on vulnerability. Corinthians, 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 9. And he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee. For my strength is made perfect in weakness. Most gladly, therefore. Wow. Remember that his strength is perfect when you are weak and broke. So who else would you rather have protecting you if it's not God? You know you in a depleted, vulnerable, weakened state. You need the strongest warrior possible to fight for you, to speak for you, to think for you, to guide you. And it's right here in the word that says that he will do it perfectly and his grace is good enough for you. That's all you need. You don't need the depression of worrying about why the marriage failed, who was to blame, how you gonna move on, is it somebody else better for you? No, it's God right there. His grace is sufficient. 2 Corinthians 11:27. In weakness and painfulness, in watchings often, in hunger and thirst, in fastings often, in cold and nakedness, weariness and painfulness. These are all broken states of vulnerability. Hunger and thirst, cold and naked. These are dire straits that he's speaking on. That he said he will still be there for you and pull you out of this. I just can't even begin to thank you, Lord, for pulling me out of brokenness, for pulling me out of vulnerability. And here is the word to confirm it. 2 Timothy 3:6 says, for of this sort are they which creep into houses and lead captive silly women laden with sins, led away with divers lusts. For of this sort, meaning of these kind, predators. Because you vulnerable at a weak point, your defense is not up. You allowed something in your household. You allowed something in your heart. You allowed these things in your spirit. They crept in like a thief in the night because you were blinded by pain, by nakedness, by coldness, by weariness, by thirst, by hunger. Let me give him what he wants. Let me give him what I know gets him excited. Let me be right there so I can have his attention. Let me keep watering that seed to creep in. And they are led captive by silly women laden, meaning full of, filled with sin. And y'all led away by your lustful mind, your lustful eyes, your lustful heart, your lustful thinking. Oh, it's easy to get over somebody. Just get under another one, right? We got to be careful, as men especially. Because when you know the word, you're supposed to be able to apply it. And this is some of the hardest things to do, is to understand the word first, then apply it to your life. But it's your protection. It's your covering. It's God that's leading us to get past these things so we no longer vulnerable and left unprotected, because that could mean death. Especially for men at the hands of women who don't come to heal, to nurture, to love. They want their own desires to be filled. And they could be just as vindictive, if not more, if you don't give them what they want. Even though they know they came at you at a time when you were at your lowest. God be the honor and protection. Genesis 42:12. And he said unto them, Nay, no, but to see the nakedness of the land ye are come. No, but see how wicked the world can be and people can be, that you might come amongst. Refer back to me so I can say no and believe in me. Trust in the Lord when he tells you no. He sent you signs and red flags and everything that was telling you that this person might not be it either. A no is a no. Don't convince your no. Take it as no. Don't convince it. No's do not need to be convinced. I'm going to leave y'all with one more and then we're going to get out of here. Nehemiah 4:13. Therefore, set I in the lower places behind the wall. Set I. God is saying set him in your lowest places. Behind the curtain, behind the wall, behind the boards of your life, behind the breath of your life so he can protect you when you at your vulnerable point, your lowest points. Because that's where he picks us up and he carries us and only his footprints can be left. Let's not forget these things because it's right here in plain English. And on the higher places, I even set the people after their families with their swords. Meaning, he takes us to a higher place after all the chaos. And he sets you firmly back in place with your sword, with your shield, with your heart, with your healing. You've been rejuvenated. You recover from these things. Oh my God, that's the perfect word for motivation. Stand still until God tell you to move. If he ain't said it, if it didn't come from him, he gift wrapped it and made it perfect for you and then said, here you go, son, here you go, daughter, then you probably shouldn't even expect that. You shouldn't accept that. Cover my cast, cover my life, cover my businesses, cover my friends, my family, my children, my business partners. Everybody from Czars Entertainment, Empress Models, Alpha Wolf Records, A-Line Cinema. Cover my industry. Cover us as entertainers. Cover me as a man, a king, a father, a son, a brother, a friend, a prayer warrior, For all those that I pray on and send scriptures to every day, it's coming tomorrow. If I got breath in me, it's coming to you because God told me to do it. Now, when you tell me to back off, I don't want that much God in my life, then I back off. I ain't going to continue bombarding or forcing myself into your circle. Right now, my arms is open, full of love. I'm praying for you. I want nothing but the best. We leave on positive vibes all the time, even though I will expose you for being fraudulent. I appreciate everybody who taps in, who comments, who shares, whoever told somebody about this. Because believe me, you're going to get God. You're going to see God on me, in me, and you're going to hear him. And if not, I will go right to the word itself to prove that I'm where I should be. And I ain't going to be vulnerable to none of the devil's work, none of the things that can deter me or take me from the will of God. I'm ready to be cleansed. I'm ready for it all to fall off of me. But only from his will, his way, and his direction. And when y'all can get to that level, we all gonna grow as humans, beings, and mankind, and we gonna feed the world with positive vibes and great things, and everything is gonna get better. But thank you for another exciting episode of Chop It Up Reality Speaks One-on-One podcast. We about to do this, and I just hope that y'all continue to watch my movies, Narc, Deceitful Passions, Love Goals, Power and Money, Her Husband's Enemy, Finesse first episode is on the way, Fathers Maybe first episode is on the way, Forced to Choose movie is on the way, Bequeath is in pre-production. I got 13 more of them lined up, and I'm writing every day. 3 seasons in on Finesse, about to start season 2 of Fathers Maybe next year, and we don't stop because God don't stop. And that's 300. That's the king speaking. And I just want y'all to stay motivated, stay prayed up, keep God first, and do your thing. See y'all next week or later.